Good morning, everybody. Welcome to this morning's plan of attack. Today is August 9th. And if this is your first time watching this video, this is my daily plan, how I'm looking to trade 0 days to expiration trades. I guess options, really. It can be done in SPX or ES futures options. Either way, really, it's all the same. The setup is the same. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about a few things first. So I really feel I get an edge from forecasting how I expect today's candle to close. So right now, on this day, I've been incorporating a lot more dark pool stuff to my 0DT trading and using it to help me get somewhat of an edge on it, or in terms of picking direction or placing it in a high probability fashion. But what we do need to know, and this is the ES, but on this day, there was greater than 10 million late prints. You can assume selling, but to be quite honest, we don't really know because we haven't really moved. It's just a level. And so that being said, it's a level I'm looking to stay bullish above and a level I'm looking to stay bearish below it in terms of the day. But I'm also going to wait to see what the late prints are that come in today, so I'm going to be a little bit patient on it. And so yeah, let's go ahead and check this out. So the question is that we really have to ask ourselves, do we think we could break this high? Do we think we're going to have this type of candle today? Or are we going to have just another like little inside day? Considering that the CPI comes out tomorrow. So actually, before I continue on, as for today, there is nothing, let me change the color of that. There is nothing worth worrying about in terms of a 0DT trade or holding through an economic news type event. But it is tomorrow. CPI is tomorrow. So we may either, I know if we move a lot, then we're going to be like, all right, the market's moving a lot because of CPI tomorrow. But if we don't move, a lot of people will be saying, oh, we're chopping around because CPI is tomorrow. So, I mean, nonetheless, just have a plan for what you're doing. So as far as how is it going to play out today, honestly, I don't know. Like, I mean, as you could tell, and you look at these three or this little group of candles here, it doesn't really say much. But all I do know is there was a really large dark pool print on this day right here, and I can only look to adjust from it from there. But okay, that's today's the daily chart. Let's go ahead and narrow it in some. Before I continue on there, I want to pull this up, and so you know what I'm talking about in terms of the dark pool. So this is what occurred the day that rallied up, and then we just got a big flush lower. What was it, like a Monday? That day there was 12.3 million late prints at 449.03. So it's the level I'm looking to see price either stay above, really, because we're already above, stay above it, or we're going to flush back below it. And you see how price respected it right here at these levels as well. But it's a level worth noting, and I'll be keeping an eye on it. All right, so now that I've mentioned all of that, let's pull up the chart we use for trades. Okay, so first off, if you're with me in the options room yesterday at the open, when we were looking for our 0DT trade, what I want you to note is first, this is why I use volume profile. I even mentioned like, okay, hey, we're right here at support. I was expecting maybe this and then back into this. I did not expect it all the way back up, like completely reversed. That I was not expecting. So that is where I was wrong, but I was looking for this to hold, which it did. And if you haven't seen how, if you weren't there to see where I pulled this box from, I'm gonna go over to last month's volume profile and crunch it so you can see it. So what I do is I draw a box at these little peaks. So you see right here, that means there was a lot of volume transacted. Right here, this was respected as well. But in terms of the upside, since we are kind of going up, let's go ahead and box this one up. This is how I do it here. I get the square, I see this peak, boom, draw across, and I am going to have to extend this some. So this goes bottom right. It's going to have to go, let's take it through the end of August and go. Bam. All right, so now we know where that peak is, and there's obviously some up above. All right, so cruising back over. So that puts us up at this level. All right, cool. Now, in terms of what is happening now. So I actually, if price does stay below the dark pool print level, then I am liking, I think, the bearish scenario. and I'll explain why. So price right now, we came down to this point, or this HVA level, right? Here's a HVA. It held a support. We cleared this one. Here, this blue line right here, this is this month's point of control. So price hit this HVA. We rallied up into this month's highest price value of volume for the day, which is 45.28.22, which you see right there. So we've rallied up into the big level. We are rallying right up into the daily 5, 21, and 8 EMAs. So all the key moving averages and point of control are right here. And there's a dark pool print like right here on the SPY, but it still correlates. So basically, how I'm looking at this, if I'm looking bullishly and we break through these levels, I'm thinking I want to do an iron fly. Because I think a little bit, if we do rally, we might chop around a little bit. That's supposed to be, let me fix that so you understand, or you see, an iron fly. However, say price does get rejected and we go down, like we are kind of right now, right? We're running to those key levels. We're breaking below VWAP in the daily 21 EMA. I say we do flush lower, and we still have a little bit to the open. Really, we may just have to rally up, put on once it rallies up into the daily 21 EMA and VWAP, which is this green line. So say this comes down like right here, and then the white line is somewhere like right here. And then, oops. And then it comes right there, then I'll get short to the downside there. And we'll just have to acknowledge 45.10 and basically this low here. So that's where those HVA levels are. But I am going to be patient. I'm also going to wait to see what the dark pool level is for today. And I won't know that for a little bit. But this is kind of like what I'm looking at here. So let's do a quick recap. I'm looking at, so bullish scenario. Price has rallied up into point of control. Price has rallied up into the daily 21, EMA 5, 8 EMA, so on and so forth. And say price rallies through these levels. Say price starts to break up. I'm doing iron fly. Maybe 30 minutes to an hour after the open, and that would look like this. Boom, bam, we're going to move higher. So if we move higher, maybe a little bit choppiness, bam, iron fly. So I'm going to look for potentially as the moment states right now. All right, now we're rallying up into resistance, and say this does hold and we start to go back lower, right? Lower this way. That's going to look like this. We're probably going to oscillate. We'll probably break down a little bit, maybe bounce off the 60-minute 50 EMA, rally back up into a VWAP and the 30-minute 21 EMA, which I want to draw like that, just so you get the full effect. And then go boom to the short side, but watch out for, here would be a potential area to watch out for a bounce potentially. And then here is another one all the way down here if we get another big move to the downside. So that's kind of like what I'm thinking now. So if we're going to the downside, maybe call credit spread. But if we're going to the upside, maybe iron fly. That's kind of like what I'm thinking right now. But we'll see. But I hope you found this little video helpful. Good luck out there trading zero days to expiration options if that is your thing. Other than that, happy trading, everybody, and see y'all again on the next one. Take care.